What do we do if a master has so many students he cannot have personal contact with every one of them? Is it a problem for a student not to have direct personal instructions from his own master? Is it possible to have multiple Vajrayana and Dzogchen masters? If yes, how to do Guru Yoga visualization practice?
Yeah. It's again heartfelt question, I have to say. This raises a good question. You know, in the past, what? Telopa have maybe Naropa, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's about it. But then when it arrived in Tibet, this mass following of the Vajrayana happened. And this is where the secrecy leaked, or whatever. Secrecy is maybe not the right word, confidential practice of the Vajrayana. And it's just, it doesn't really work also, especially if the Guru doesn't have the ability. And I have to say this. Okay, you can tell me I'm this one of those very blind devotee, you know, who believes in mumbo jumbo, whatever. I have witnessed with my own eyes, 16th Karmapa Rangjung Rigvidorji. He has so many people following, so many. And this was when I was quite young, 17 years old. I was in Kathmandu. Karmapa was giving an initiation. And this was my first exposure to Westerners. There were a lot of hippies. And I want to say something about this. You never know. Really, earlier questions, how to take this situation as way to really advance ourselves. You can, really. You can. Sometimes I even jokingly say, half jokingly, that we need to pay homage to weeds. Weeds, marijuana. Weeds have brought a lot of people into Buddhism too. I know many people. I know some of my students, met in some dingy, restaurant. I wasn't there for weeds, by the way. I didn't even know at that time, but I was there for momo. Tibetan restaurant, really, really shabby. And there's this, actually Germans, they were all. And they were for this. And somehow we end up talking, and now they're practitioner. These things happens. Anyway, there were a lot of hippies during those days. Oh, some strange ones, my goodness. I actually miss them. Somehow that whole hippie is sort of dwindling. I don't know, I don't see it. Is there any shop that sell bell bottom here in England? Is there? Normal? You can make maybe. Bell bottom days. But anyway, thousands of people, he stood in Karmapa. And I met this Danish man, really kind of tall, dreadlock. And my English was really bad, so we really communicate really badly. But anyway, I said, why are you here? And then he took out a locket. And he's not even a Buddhist. He took out a locket, and he has this one rice with some relics in it. And he said, a year ago or something, his Holiness Karmapa came to Copenhagen or somewhere, and then give a ceremony. And he just happened to be there. This man happened to be there. And he was throwing rice. And then one rice fell on his big dreadlock. And he somehow thought this is kind of interesting. So he kept it, he said. And he said, after about a few months, when he opened that casket, he saw this, he doesn't even know. He was asking me, what are these? This thing seems to be coming out from the rice. Now, if you have people like 16 Karma Paranju Rikpidorji, yeah, then altogether different matter. But other gurus, to have lots and lots of students and to really have a Mahasandhi level of instructions is difficult. But it's doable, I think, you know. We don't have much choice now. We can still, you know, discipline ourselves, keeping it, treasure it, keeping that discipline. And in one way, it's not that difficult also. You know, Mahasandhi, especially the very, very high tantric practice, one way very difficult because it's, you know, against the duality. On the other hand, there's not many things like you have to, there's no, you know, restrictions on things like, I don't know, what you wear, what you eat, you know. So it's a doable thing. And that's part of the question, whether he or she can have many other masters. I think I've already answered that yesterday, okay.